Wisconsin. In the Deppie Amsoil Tri-City Buggy 81 Camaro, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Watson. The inside of row number 2 and car number C3 from York, Ontario, Canada, in the Cummings, Ontario 73 Mustang, Randy Slack, ladies and gentlemen. Outside of him in car number 47 from Battle Creek, Michigan, in the Rushmore Body Shop 81 Camaro, Fred Campbell. The inside of row number 3 in car number 2 from Madison, Wisconsin, in the Nickerson Bolden Racing 81 Camaro, John Ziegler. Outside of him in car number 28 from Roseville, Minnesota, in the R&H Farm Service 81 Camaro, Jim Weber. Inside of row number 4 from Rockford, Illinois, in car number 19 in the Junction Auto Parts Brzezinski Racing Engine 81 Camaro, Wayne Lensing. Outside of him in car number 79 from Chicago, Illinois, in the Car Parts Unlimited 80 Camaro, Bobby Dutter. The inside of row number 5 in car number 7 from Nacita, Wisconsin, in the Burns-O-Matic 81 Camaro, Jim Sutter. Your current king of the hill here on the NSTC 200, last year's winner, Jim Sutter. And outside of him in car number 36, one of the 3-time winners of the NSTC 200 from Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, in the Nielsen Shear Prototype 81 Camaro, Joe Shear. The inside of row number 6 in car number 6 from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, an 81 Camaro, Steve Morrill. Outside of him in car number 23 from Oakville, Ontario, Canada, in the Hanley Enterprises 81 Camaro, Junior Hanley. The inside of the next row in car number 10 from East Hazel Crest, Illinois, in the M&J Auto Wrecking 80 Camaro, Larry Middleton. Outside of him in car number 35 from Beloit, Wisconsin, in the Patch Press 81 Camaro, ladies and gentlemen, Jim Pearson. The inside of the next row in car number 27 from Chicago, Illinois, in the American Towing 81 Camaro, Greg Guzzo. Outside of him in car number 61 from New Lenox, Illinois, in the Protector Corporation 80 Camaro, Larry Schuler. The inside of row number 9 in car number 17 from Silver Lake, Wisconsin, driving the 5-star Fabricating 79 Camaro, Fran Preste. Outside of him in car number 30 from Barnesville, Minnesota, in the Auto Truck Service 80 Camaro, Steve Murchik. And the inside of the next row in car number 70 from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, Don James. Outside of him in car number 3 from Bensonville, Illinois, Ed Hoffman. In row number 11, car number 92 from Dowsman, Wisconsin, Conrad Morgan. Outside of him in car number 21 from Cudahy, Wisconsin, in the DT Power Tool 81 Camaro, Dave Tomzak. The inside of row number 12 in car number 114 from Franklin, Wisconsin, and the WOKY Camaro, Al Schill. Outside of him in car number 25 from Shakopee, Minnesota, and the Auto Central Supply 81 Camaro, Mel Warren. The inside of row number 13 in car number 125 from Waterville, Michigan, in the lane that's Automotive 81 Camaro, Doug Lane. Outside of him in car number 56 from Channahon, Illinois, in an 80 Camaro, Tony Hurtko. And in row number 14, one of our lucky dog draw winners at car number 51 from Manitowoc, Wisconsin in the Budweiser 81 Camaro, Dennis Vogel. And outside of him, our other lucky dog winner in car number 26 from Roscoe, Illinois in the Classic Customs 80 Camaro, Bill Berkheimer. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your 28 cars for today's NSTC 200.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Couldn't be a finer afternoon for racing. And now Bill Gromley, our starter, is signaling to them they will go one more lap. And our honorary starter, Dwayne Sweeney of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, holding the yellow flag, working with Bill Gromley down there. He's going to officially drop the green flag. And we are getting ready to go down the backside. There they are, beautifully aligned, and what a gorgeous sight. The multicolored cars moving through the turn as they come down for the green flag. It's going to go right now. Dwayne Sweeney drops it on them, and they're underway into the first lap. All right, here we go. Lap number 1 coming to a close, and Dave Watson, a familiar name here at Rockford Speedway, got the number 37 car up front, closely tagged by the number 47 machine of Fred Campbell, the Battle Creek, Michigan driver, and then young Randy Slack, and the only Mustang in the field, along with Gillespie. And watch the traffic back along the line. Ziegler encountering trouble very early on in the race, and Ziegler is out in the second lap of this event, putting it on the backside leg, heading for the pit area when he gets a chance. If not, we'll know he's out of it. He's not even making an effort to move it toward the pits. And now Soupy Campbell in the number 47 car is up front. The Battle Creek, Michigan driver leading the early laps of this 16th annual 200 at the National Short Track. Into the pits in car number 3 goes Ed Hoffman. Ed Hoffman dropping out early on. Let's see if Ed is going to be back out later. An early tour with top cars out there with both Ziegler and Hoffman dropping out. Campbell continues to lead it, the Michigan driver, followed by veteran Rockford Speedway driver and former winner of the short track, Dave Watson. Randy Slack giving him all he can handle on the inside in car number 3. And Weber closing in. Look out, Weber in 28, and Watson making contact down there as Weber drifted out through turn 3. Made contact with the rear end of Watson's number 37 car. Moving in now in car number 78 is Gary Porter, the Stevens Point, Wisconsin driver. I'm sorry, Bobby Dotter. Bobby Dotter in the number 79 car moving in now, along with Shear, and Shear is on the inside, alongside of Watson, alongside of his old teammate. They ran as a team for many years here at Rockford Speedway, and now Shear closes it up, moves into the number 4 position out there. Joe Shear, 3-time winner of this race in car number 36. Shear now closing on Weber in the 28 car, and Junior Hanley also closing up. He's into 7th place out there right now in car number 23, and he moves alongside of Watson. Hanley moving alongside of Watson. Goes by him on the low side. Junior Hanley now into 6th position out there, and looking Weber over as they move down the front straightaway. Sauter, Jimmy Sauter, last year's winner here, has moved into the number 4 position. He's tailing Shear. And Shear now closing it up on Randy Slack and the 47 car of Fred Campbell. All right, the leaders catching up to the tail end of the field now, closing in on Mel Wallen, the Shakopee, Minnesota driver, and the number 25 car who's trailing the field right now. And Campbell in 47, Slack in 3, Shear now in 3rd place in 36, and Jimmy Sauter in the number 7 car. All close in on the tail end cars in the field. Moving to the outside, down the backside, and into turns 3 and 4. Campbell, Slack, Shear, Sauter, Hanley now up into the number 5 spot. A big, long, fast freight of very expensive racing machinery down that back straightaway and into the turn. Campbell still hanging on to the lead as they begin to move up back along the line. Right now, Randy Slack in the Mustang, number 3, down hard on the inside, challenging for the lead down the front chute. It is Randy Slack in car number 3, moving into the lead. Shear goes by Campbell, Sauter goes by Campbell, and now on the low side it is 23, Junior Hanley, moving by Campbell and into the number 4 position. Fred Campbell, in the course of 2 laps out there, dropped 4 positions. And now Joe Shear challenging for the lead, moving in on Randy Slack and looking at the low side in the front straightaway. Shear may have him. Watch him now. Shear is a master at driving this track, and Randy Slack in his first competition here this weekend. And Shear is right on top of him as they come down to the front straightaway. And Sauter also putting the pressure on Shear. Sauter now closing on Joe Shear. What a battle those two had here last year in the 200. Tremendous battle. And they're at it again as they sit out there in 2nd and 3rd position. Randy Slack holding the lead now in the 200 at lap number 22. But under tremendous pressure from Joe Shear in 36, Sauter in 7, and Hanley now is up into 4th position in car number 23. And look out for Junior Hanley. He is a charger. All right, picking off the tail enders now. They move up around the high side of car number 125, Doug Lane, the Waterfleet, Michigan driver. Slack still on the lead now. Shear playing a waiting game now. I think Shear knows that he can go by Slack, but he's going to pick a very, very safe spot to do it. He's going to wait until there's plenty of room down on the low side and a straightaway to work by him on. On the first turn, we've got cars spun. The yellow is out, and the cars split to get around the traffic over there. Shear narrowly avoiding getting into the tail end of the number 30 car that's on the wall, and that is young Steve Mergic. Car number 30, Steve Mergic, heading into the pits to get the rest of the car. Seems to be driving all right. Steve Mergic has come out of the pits in the number 30 car minus the front fender, and here's the green. And on the green, Junior Hanley is right down there on the inside looking at the available space and not finding it as Randy Slack gets a good jump off the start, and Fran Preste in the 17 car in trouble again almost immediately. And on the backside leg, looking at that pit entrance, he's going to dive for the pits right now. Get out of there, Fran. All right, here's your leaders in car number 3, Randy Slack. In car number 23, Junior Hanley. The Tin Man, as he's widely known for his innovative body concepts. He's driving one of those famous Hanley wedges. He's down on the inside, challenging Slack for the lead. Slack has raced Hanley many, many times in their native Canada, and right now he has given him all he can handle, but Hanley's on the inside, and he's going to go. Junior Hanley in the 23 car, looking out the side of the window and concentrating every effort on getting by Slack. Finding the room down on the inside, Slack staying with him for the moment, but now Hanley is all the way out in front of the number 23 car. And on the 30th lap of this one, Junior Hanley takes the lead away from Randy Slack. All right, Hanley out front. Second is Slack in 3. Third is Fred Campbell in the number 47 car. Fourth is Golinsky in car number 14. Fifth is the number 19 car of Wayne Lensing. And Joe 70, Don James. We thought for a moment it was Joe Shear. The two cars look very much alike from the back, but it is Don James, the Minnesota driver, dropping out and parking it over there on the backside leg of the figure 8 course. And let's take a look back along the line now as Hanley moves in on the tail enders out there. Hanley is the leader in car number 23, followed by Randy Slack in car number C3, followed by 47 Fred Campbell, then 14 Frank Golinsky, then Wayne Lensing in the number 19 car, Dave Watson in 37. only give them to you unofficially. Back of that, we've got Mel Wallen in there in the number 25 car, Jimmy Pearson in car number 35, and then the number 6 of Steve Bull from Wisconsin Rapids. Joe Shear picking up now, coming in behind the top 10 cars. And very tough luck for Jim Sauter out of this race very early as part of that accident over there. Last year's winner will now not be in a position to contend for 2 in a row. Right now, Hanley picking his way through the traffic, coming to the outside down the front straightaway in car number 23, a car that he has already sold and is shaking down for the new owner. Hanley down the back straightaway, picking up 2 or 3 car lengths on Randy Slack in the course of that straightaway. 47 Campbell in 3rd place out there. Golinsky in 4th place in car number 14, and putting a lot of pressure on Campbell out there right now. And a spin in the turn, the number 26 car spinning. Bill Berkheimer of Roscoe, Illinois, spinning, but getting well out of the way. And they're going to let him get it back underway and bring it in on the front side. Berkheimer, the number 26, got it back underway now, waiting for a little of the faster traffic to get by. As down the back straightaway, we watch Junior Hanley moving down in behind the 125 car of Doug Lane, the Watervliet, Michigan driver. He's picking up a 2nd lap on him. Hanley moving away now, getting a little traffic between himself and Randy Slack, still in 2nd in car number 3. In 3rd is still Flip Campbell in the number 47 car. And 4th is Golinsky, and Golinsky is really putting the pressure on Campbell. Running tight behind him and trying to worry him out of that groove. Right now on the inside, Joe Shear goes by Wayne Lensing. Joe Shear is back up into 5th place, according to our unofficial rundown. Joe Shear is into 5th. He's come up through that field in a hurry after going into the pits on that first accident. And down the back straightaway, 47, Fred Campbell looked like he finally just moved over and let Golinsky go by. Golinsky was putting tremendous pressure on him out there, and Campbell suddenly just seemed to back off of it and let Golinsky go by him. Maybe he didn't like the pressure, and he's figuring that 200 laps is a long way to go, and he's going to pace himself a little bit. He's got to be careful because right now Joe Shear is moving down behind him. Shear in 5th and closing in now. And Golinsky dropping out on the back straightaway. Frank Golinsky dropping out in car number 14. There's your 3rd place car heading into the pits. Your 3rd place car has just gone into the pits. Frank Golinsky in the number 14. Coming out of the turn, Dennis Vogel of Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Spinning coming out of turn 4, and the field is under yellow and slowing. Well, we're watching a tremendous performance by Joe Shear, and then they'll be back underway. Okay, the green is ready. Dwayne Sweeney with the green. Here they come down to the line. The green is out, and they are underway. Junior Hanley in car number 23 leading it, followed by fellow Canadian Randy Slack in car number 3. then by 47, Fred Soupy Campbell, then by Joe Shear, who has battled back all the way from the tail end of the line in the past 50 laps after that early accident. Shear has come back. He goes into third. Joe Shear in car number 36, moving into third right now down the front straightaway. Drops the 47 car back to fourth. Fifth place, Wayne Lensing in the number 19 car. Sixth place, Dave Watson in car number 37. Seventh place, Mel Wallen in car number 25. Eighth place, Jim Pearson in car number 35. And ninth place, unofficially, Steve Knoll in car number 6. Right down the backside, Hanley opening up about a half a straightaway lead on Slack. Coming into the front straightaway, Shear charging relentlessly in car number 36. Joe Shear still regards this as his home track. He likes to win here. He's won 3 of these National Short Track Championships, and the car looks to be performing very, very well for him out there right now. He is gaining ground on both Slack and Hanley. Junior Hanley out front, moving out around Connie Morgan, the number 92 car. And Shear is reeling in the leaders. He's reeling them in out there, closing on them. Just a straightaway separating Joe Shear and the leader, Junior Hanley. And I got a hunch that Hanley's going to know he's in for a battle here before too long. Slack, Randy Slack, still hanging on to second. These two guys proving beyond a doubt that they know how to race up in Canada. Junior Hanley, of course, probably the all-time great in Canadian short track racing, along with Don Peterman. And Randy Slack has not had that much fame, but he is obviously doing a good workmanlike job here today. As Joe Shear in the number 36 car continues to pick up about a car length a lap on the leaders. Shear is picking up about a car length a lap on the 2 leaders. You can watch the interval. Watch where Hanley is. When Hanley's at the end of the back straightaway, you can see Shear picking up about a car length on him each lap. I was 67 laps being shown on our scoreboard. It is Hanley in the 23 car. That time Slack got up very wide getting out of turn number 2. And this difficult to drive racetrack sometimes can get to a driver who has not driven a lot of laps on it and is not in condition to expect the kind of a beating that you get from this old high banker. And now Shear is really closing the gap on Randy Slack, and we may have a challenge for second coming up here very, very shortly. Shear picking it up on Slack, moving in within several car lengths of him as they go into the turn. And off the pace now is Fred Campbell in the number 47 car, was running well up in there in the early laps. He's got him going by him all over the place down there. And Hanley coming into some very heavy traffic out there now. Junior Hanley coming into some heavy going down the backside. And Slack as well as Joe Shear in the 36 car continues to pick it up on Randy Slack in car number C3. Shear now within a couple of car lengths of Slack, within 1 car length as they move down the back straightaway. Slack's car seeming to have great straightaway snap, but Shear, with his experience and the cornering ability of the car, moves in tight, right on his tail now as they move into the turn. Campbell is in there again. He's being lapped now by the leaders, and they jam up a little bit down here as Fred Campbell in car number 47, who is running considerably off the pace now, is right out there in that groove, and the leaders are having trouble getting by him. Now Slack dives for the inside, puts the move on Campbell, and Shear is right behind him moving through. Now Joe Shear to the inside, challenging for second, and on the inside in turn 3 and 4, Joe Shear second place and moves out looking at Junior Hanley. Down the back straightaway, one straightaway separating the two leaders. Hanley the leader in car number 23. Shear now second in car number 36, and Hanley is into heavy traffic out there. Hanley moving up behind the 114 car of Al Schill and the 27 car of Greg Guzzo. That Guzzo car, incidentally, is a Hanley machine, the Hanley built car. Junior going by one of his own creations out there right now. Right down the back straightaway now, and Joe Shear continues to pick up about a car length a lap on the leader, Junior Hanley. Hanley is badly boxed in now. He's behind two cars running side by side. They split now, and Hanley goes to the outside to get around the number 10 car of Larry Middleton. And Shear, who gets through traffic on this speedway about as good as anyone out there, is a little bit bogged down right now behind Weber, and he dives for the inside coming into the front straightaway. Weber running right through the middle, not giving Shear too much room out there. All right, Joe Shear hung up in the traffic, and there's Campbell coming onto the infield in car number 47. Fred Soupy Campbell, the Michigan driver, is onto the infield in car number 47. He ran right up there with the leaders through the first 50 laps or so of this race, and now he is out of it. All right, Hanley is the leader in car number 23 right here. Junior Hanley in second place, and bogged down in the traffic for the moment is Joe Shear, caught in there behind Greg Guzzo in car number 27 and Larry Middleton in car number 10. As usual, the traffic makes for some hairy going for the leaders out here at Rockford frequently, and Hanley is out in the clear for a moment, running in the clear, looking very strong out there as Shear breaks away from Guzzo. Slack working his way through the traffic, following Shear, figuring that he's going to know the right way to go, and he does. All right, Shear into the clear for a moment now, but still about a straightaway behind Junior Hanley. He's lost a couple of car lengths on Hanley through the traffic. Hanley continuing to charge, continuing to look good out there. He's stuck the nose of that wall and a spin coming out of the turn and backing it out of the infield just in time. A 1:25, I believe that is. Doug Lane, somewhere between 100 and 105 laps. There will be a yellow flag for a 19.5-minute pit stop. And Jimmy Pearson costing Joe Shear a little bit of ground out there as he lagged back on the restart. Did not close it up, and Shear trying to work his way by him out there. Oh, look out! And Shear gets tagged and a tire gone as Jim Pearson loses it coming out of the turn. He got it sideways, and the rear end of the car got Joe Shear's tire. Shear coming immediately back out of the track with a tire flapping wildly and fiberglass spreading itself all over the place, and Shear is headed for the pits. There's the tire right up on top of Wayne Lansing's number 19 car. Shear on a bare rim heading into the pits. Under the yellow. Yellow laps do not count. Yellow laps are not counting. Here they come down to the line. The green is back out and they are underway. Now we call your attention that Shear in the number 36 car is at the moment a little less than half a lap behind Junior Hanley in the 23 car. And there's Don James coming out of the infield. James has been having trouble periodically today. He's apparently got a very hot running number 70 car. And we got another yellow out for something, we know not what. Something on the racetrack up in turn 1, apparently. Yes, something up topside over there on turn 1. He'll fix it up. Here they come. The green is out. Hanley is back on it. And the rest of them. And It's going to be interesting now to watch Joe Shear picking his way through that traffic. You talk about having a handicap for the second time in the first 100 laps of this race, the first 90 laps actually. He's had to start from the rear of the field. If he could pull it off today, he'd be a genuine hero. Right now he's moving in behind Wayne Lensing and his former teammate Dave Watson, as Junior Hanley out front where he likes to be in car number 23. Pearson's number 35 car puffing smoke out there. Pearson in the 35 car puffing smoke, slowing down on the back straightaway. Pearson may be coming out of there. Let's see. Pulls it down to the inside, slows it down. Here's Don James coming back out. Pearson slowing down to the inside. Don James with a lot of steam and smoke coming out from under the hood of that car. Gave it another try, but it's not going to make it. And for the third time, we see James pulling onto the back leg of the figure 8 course. Pearson is moving very slowly down around the inside in car number 35. That car is showing quite a bit of smoke. In the meantime, up front, it is still Hanley in the number 23 car, and Randy Slack, and Slack's number 3 car is puffing smoke as he gets back on it after backing off for the turns. Randy Slack's number 3 car is puffing smoke, may be running hot on him, and we may be looking at a change up front now. We're showing Dave Watson in 3rd place, showing Watson now in the 37 car in 3rd place. Randy Slack is in 2nd, but he's experiencing some... Watson! Running in 3rd place, Dave Watson pulling out of the infield and aiming the car for the pits. Tough luck for another of the great Rockford Speedway favorites, and Wayne Lensing dropping out on the back straightaway. Wayne Lensing in car number 19 is headed for the pits. Taking a great toll this afternoon. Watson moving back into it for a moment, coming around the inside. He may be going to try for the pits. Dave Watson may be going to try for the pits. Let's see. He's trying to get it, we thought he was trying to get it up on the top side over there. And now Randy Slack's number 3 car is trailing smoke most of the way around the track. The number 3 is definitely having trouble. Randy Slack pulling down to the inside with a lot of smoke showing. And Slack may be headed out of the infield, and he is. There's your 2nd place car coming out. Your 2nd place car coming out. The yellow flag is out at lap number 101. This is where our break is going to take place.